Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new little possible series that I have come up with. It's not original, but you know what? I think it might be a little controversial. It is our COD Unpopular Opinions. I'm here with the Raxiner 47.
Hello.
Yeah, and we're about to give our unpopular COD opinions. It's pretty simple. Me and him, we made a list discussing about what might be our unpopular opinions within the COD franchise. Now, this is going to range between, it could be from the oldest COD, the first one, to quite possibly the new one and the future of COD. So I think without further ado, I guess I shall give my first opinion.
And they got the camera in it too. Listen, bro. We in that good luck.
And that pretty much operators should not be in zombies. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think we need a more story-driven zombies map where we actually have characters that we can actually latch onto and actually give a fuck about. Let's face it, yeah, having our operators there in the map, you know, might be fun, you know, might be good for some content or whatnot. But I'm pretty sure zombies would kind of be better if it just had actual characters that would be focused into the zombie storyline, if there is any.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And I think that they're now more like soulless people. It's just like every time I go on the newer CODs,
Yeah,
it's either Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj, or some like weird animal creature like skin, and it's fucking stupid in my opinion. I think like it got so bad at this point. I mean, like, look back then, you know, back in like Advanced Warfare and Ghost, Black Ops 3, like they had that too, but like what's the difference, right?
yep.
Like back then they were like, I don't know, it's so hard to explain. Back then it was so different, and it was so much I don't know how to explain it. It was so much different, and it was better than what we have now in terms of, like, again, like you said, the operator skins.
Giây phút em gặp anh là em biết em si tình 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 tăng tăng tình tăng.
I think my first Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was the last COD that was good, and still is being played to this day. So first, I just want to say, people didn't like the game. At first, people thought the game was kind of ass. And let's face it, the teaser didn't do much help. I mean, it was like what was that? It had nothing
Numbers.
to do with the, yeah, that. It had nothing to do with the numbers. I mean, at first people didn't like the game because it had that like futuristic mode where like you can hover, you're fighting robots, you were getting weird weapons out of like the fucking boxes. What were they called? The deep bots?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the store, yeah. Well, people didn't like that, but then afterwards, people started to begin to like the game, and I kind of hated that because I was like, from day one, I was loyal to Black Ops 3. I gave it like a big chance. I was like, this game's gonna be so good. It became really good. But like my second reason on why I think like the game was like really, really good was because zombies and multiplayer were good. Let's face it, zombies was probably one of the best things about that game, and I think it will forever be one of the best times to play zombies around that time. Like, it was so nostalgic now that I think about it. And a lot of people didn't really like the multiplayer. I think it was pretty good. Bruce, I think, even said that he thought that multiplayer was good.
Yep.
Yeah. And the last good COD, man. The last one before everything went to shit, man. That's kind of like what I wanted just to say, yeah.
Yeah. Dang, alright. Alright. Aiming for the fences here already. Dang, alright.
Yeah, man. It went a little hard, yeah.
Turn up your body just up and down. You want all this?
Going all this.
I have the ray gun.
Is that BO4 should have just been chaos, at least for the first year, and if released in the order that it should have, would have ushered in a new era for COD zombies. Now, here's the thing, right? Obviously, Black Ops 4 was a bit of a clusterfuck, a very terrible developed game, especially when well, everybody complained that they want a campaign, right? But let's just focus on, I guess, on the zombie side of stuff. I saw a lot of potential when it came to chaos. Now, obviously, you know, obviously it took some time for it to kind of iron out some of the stuff. The chaos crew kind of seemed like a bland version of like the Ultimus and Primus crew, and quite frankly, I could kind of see why they would say that, but also it was starting to have its own unique story developing. Now, going back to that aspect of when I said it should have been released in order, if you didn't know, Dead of the Night was supposed to be the first map for that new group. It was supposed to be the first one to begin the whole story. However, based on rumors I heard, it was that the actors didn't meet the deadline for the map. So they had to release 9 and Voyage of Despair, which 9 was received pretty well, but Voyage of Despair, it's possibly considered one of the more difficult maps of the franchise. Now, like I said, maybe if they had released Dead of the Night first, followed by Voyage, 9, and then Ancient Evil, I think that would have been a great way to propel the game, and I think it could have had a similar impact, kind of similar to the Black Ops 2 era of zombies, where it kind of started kind of mid, kind of bland, and a little bit of hate, but then it would have rallied all the way up to that conclusion of whatever cliffhanger Ancient Evil had, and then we would have continued with the other maps that would have been released, or, you know, go into the Primus Ultimus storyline right after, and allowing us to, I guess, marinate and think about what was going down. And I think it would have allowed the community to actually maybe accept the Chaos Crew a little bit more, compared to the way that they're currently viewed at, where there's no conclusion to their story anymore. And yeah, and unfortunately, like I said, Black Ops 4 was a bit of a clusterfuck, and maybe it would have saved it. Who knows? I personally think it probably could have, although I feel like the elixirs probably would have still messed it up.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the chaos story had something going on, and it was an interesting story going on. I didn't understand what was going on, but I still was highly interested to find out what was gonna happen at the end. I'm still to this day confused on what the story was really about. I know it was because the whole thing started because of this artifact that somehow I don't know, they destroyed it, and then suddenly these red gassy things started hitting the people, and they became zombies, and then the crew, what's the chaos crew?
Yeah,
is that what they call?
Yeah, chaos crew. Yeah,
they have to go and travel these places, like the ether crew, you know, they have to go around these places and stop the zombie invasion, whatever, right? That's the whole premise of it.
Yeah.
And I still like one of my favorite maps from Chaos is 9, or what is it, 9? Or...
Yeah.
And I really like that map. I love the part where it was we had to spawn in this arena and we had to fight our way to explore more deep into the map. You'd go to one section where it's the Egyptian area, and then the other was the Celtic, the Norse, and then the Greek. Yeah. And underground is where you adventure more. But even then, I feel like it was so much better than Classified, Alpha Omega, and Tag der Atom. But I feel that map's so much better than those, and I would have been more interested to find out what they could have done, right? Because apparently, right, Bruce? I don't know if you know, apparently the Chaos Crew is still alive and is still in the ether story somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're still continuing that story somehow. But yeah, I would have wished if they actually kept going with that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So basically, to summarize, if they had released it in order, and if they would have released it in order, it probably would have had Chaos been received more well, and possibly ushered in the new era for COD zombies, where they weren't clinging on to the original crew. of Primus and Ultimus. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they would have given a proper send off to the Ultimus and Primus crew. You know, not compared to the shit that happened in Tag Day Toten with the paintings and whatnot.
Well,
I think these CODs are again like they're better than the new ones. All right, so I think IW, Infinite Warfare,
Okay.
AW, Advanced Warfare, Ghost, and World War II were better than Vanguard, Modern Warfare 3, and hell, I even throw Cold War in there. Even though like Cold War was, it was okay, but better than the ones I just mentioned. Nah, I don't think so. All right, number one. Why I think that? I think it had more attraction to the players than they do with the recent games. AW, like I know a lot of people didn't really like AW and IW, but like still, it somehow attracted the community and made them still play the game. And even though there was some negativity towards it, but like still people kept playing that game than they do with this one. Like Modern Warfare 3, there's really nothing good about that game. There's really nothing good. Campaign is shit, the zombies is horrible, and the multiplayer, I mean, the multiplayer's been the same thing. I mean, they have not changed that. I can't really say too much about it. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 isn't really a game, it's just a DLC, like Bruce told me. It's really just a DLC. And then Vanguard was a fucking, just a waste of a Call of Duty game that they made. I think I prefer World War II than that game. And it's like, World War II was so much better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Multiplayer wise, mid. Campaign wise, so good. And zombies was pretty interesting too. Ghost was definitely at first not my favorite Call of Duty, but then afterwards I kind of started growing into it. Like, even though like I didn't like how the campaign ended, I still to this day can't think of why they would do that, but whatever. It was something that they were going towards there. Then in terms of zombies, Ghost kind of sucked on that, and Cold War did really good on that in my opinion. But then again, I didn't play a lot of the Extinction. What's it called? The mode for
Extinction,
Ghost?
yeah.
It's like the aliens. Yeah. I didn't really like it. And multiplayer wise, I gotta tell you, man, Ghost multiplayer was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun. Just like again, like if I had to compare the older ones to the newer ones in campaign wise, I feel like it was a lot better. Like the older. Do you think Ghost campaign was better than the Modern Warfare 2?
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's actually somewhat on par with one another. Don't get me wrong, I like the Ghost campaign because it actually felt like they were actually working towards something. Now, obviously, there's always going to be flaws in those type of campaigns and stories and whatnot, but both of them did provide a good entry to continue to play the campaign or even discuss about what might happen in the next Call of Duty that would follow up. I think both of them were pretty good in terms of playing the game and the story.
I mean, I think World War II campaign was better than Vanguard, and IW and AW. I think for sure I can definitely say that the campaign was good.
Yeah.
Then it was better than Modern Warfare 3. I'll just say that. And I mean, Black Ops 4. I mean, it didn't have a campaign. It really didn't. I mean, it had like a section of the operators, but I mean, that's still not a campaign. Go for it, Bruce. Your third one.
Rest in pieces. I'm on the count.
All right. So, I think this one might be interesting. I think this year's Call of Duty is going to be the actual fork in the road for many COD heads. So,
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Damn.
Okay.
all right, well, let's see how this goes. So,
Yeah.
I think this year is going to be the actual divide for Call of Duty fans in terms of what's going to happen this year. So, obviously, we've had a mixed success in the past couple of days when it came to the Call of Duties that have been releasing. The Modern Warfares, the Vanguards, the Cold Wars and whatnot. It's all been mixed reviews and whatnot. So I think we're coming to a point where we are at a fork in the road where this next Call of Duty, it might have to be the do or die for many of the fans that are of Call of Duty. And I think specifically that this year that the game that Treyarch is going to release will either push away a large chunk of the COD fan base away, or it will have the whole COD community or the majority of the COD community embrace it. And I feel like if it goes one way or another, because obviously there has to be some sort of pleasing to a certain demographic and whatnot, I feel like a lot of the COD old heads or the old COD heads are gonna divert and leave. And I feel like it might be possible that the, I guess, newer people that are playing this next upcoming COD that's gonna come out in October might help COD elevate a little bit more, mainly because the old heads might be stuck in their old ways, even though some of their opinions are kind of valid to how current Call of Duties are. So pretty much to summarize it, yeah, this year will be a fork in the road for old and new Call of Duty players, and it will either be the end or the beginning of something new.
I prayed for this and it happened.
Well, I definitely like my third one is sort of similar to that.
Yeah.
I put I hope the new Cold Gulf War and Black Ops 2 sequel COD are at least good.
Yeah.
You know, because we for a long time now, the Call of Duty community, zombies community, multiplayer community, whatever, like the Call of Duty community has been struggling, has been suffering, man. We have been pretty much not like like I said, we've been suffering a lot. We've been like literally begging for like a good Call of Duty. The recent ones have just been terrible. I mean, we really need like a revive, man. Like I said earlier, like I think Black Ops 3 was the last good COD. I think it was the last like Call of Duty that was enjoyable, and after that, the ones that they released afterwards weren't like the best. But that's not to say like they could bring that back, but it wouldn't be the same. Like Bruce has told me, I had this discussion with him a while back. I told him, what if they brought back like, you know, a remastered Black Ops 1 or 2? What if they like kind of did the same thing, you know, bring the nostalgia back in the day, like, you know, bring it back? And he told me they could definitely do that, but it wouldn't have the same impact as they did before. And I kind of was thinking to myself, I don't know, I think it probably did, like it probably would, like it probably would do something, like revive a community that's been dead for like the longest time now. And we've been like so much like holding on to this hope, to this like fucking stick of like, please go for it, please be good. Like I know a lot of people are upset that they're bringing the Cold War mechanics on to Gulf War, and it's kind of, I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's a sequel to that game, so I mean, I don't know what people hope for. The only thing people are hoping for, honestly, was the zombies. There's like no love for multiplayer, and like I love zombies, don't get me wrong, but I also play the multiplayer. I would expect at least like the multiplayer to at least have some new features. But seeing as how they currently have their main focus, I feel like, on zombies, they're not really focusing on multiplayer. And campaign, well, I can't really speak on campaign. I always try to like not avoid it, but try to like just hope for the best for that. And we're suffering, man. We're really suffering. We need something good. We need something new. People are still playing the older CODs. It's true. But like what? But like what's the issue with that? You get hacked. You get hacked, man. I mean, literally, this guy was playing Black Ops 3 on the PS4 or PS5, and then he got hacked and because of that, I mean, yeah, he was streaming to be fair, but like, it's impossible to play the older CODs without like some hacker in that lobby or some sort of like issues with, you know, just running an old game, and you have to run this software where you have to play it safe and you have to play it, you know, and it's frustrating. It's fucking stupid, but
Yeah.
like I said, I do hope so. Like, I agree with Bruce, like it could be the start of something new, or it could be the end of Call of Duty as a whole, even though I arguably say that it's been dead for a little while.
I might as well just handle the match.
Oh, what was that?
I guess that leaves me with my last unpopular COD opinion, that this year's COD will be a 5 out of 10, just average. But I think everybody's hoping that it's a banger, and that expectations might be too much for a trailer to deliver. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of pressure coming to Treyarch because they are currently seen as the savior of Call of Duty, as they have each year.
The past few years.
Yeah, they've been seen as the golden child now. They've replaced that moniker that Infinite Warfare or Infinity Ward used to have, pretty much. And it's gone to a point where it's too big to fail, or it's big enough that it can fail. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that Treyarch has to deliver in every aspect. And because here's the thing, right? The expectations for COD are really low, ground level. Pretty much Treyarch could practically do anything and possibly make a better game than Modern Warfare 3 right now. However, it doesn't change the fact that their expectations are through the roof and are way higher than the expectation for COD now. And I feel like that high bar, that high expectation might deteriorate the game a little bit in the long run. Or at least in the beginning, it will deteriorate it because there's so much expectation for COD to deliver in not only campaign, but multiplayer, and then also in zombies, because we've had such a big drought in how zombies content has been created. Multiplayer has been touched upon a little bit, but it still needs a little bit of love. And obviously campaign, well, we kind of know what happened with Modern Warfare 3. It needs a revival pretty much. And if Treyarch's game doesn't deliver, because here's the thing, people are gonna be expecting at least like a 7 out of 10. Not even an average 5 out of 10, right? An average down the middle 5 out of 10. They're expecting a 7 or above to even be considered a good COD. And I think with this expectation from many people, because a lot of people are already literally out the door, they just have 1 foot left in the room to see if COD is actually going to be all right. And I feel, and I quoted this to my coworker earlier, that the only COD killer is COD itself. And if they don't deliver, if Treyarch doesn't deliver this year, even with the exception of them making a possible remaster the year after this one, this year is literally the pull the plug or keep them alive situation. So to summarize it, I think this year's COD will be average, and the expectations might be a little too high for everybody because it's Treyarch.
I was gonna say, it's funny that you mentioned the COD is its own killer, like it killed itself. I agree that COD definitely did kill itself. I also like to mention that COD did something that kind of really motivated a lot of other games to do. And one of the games that succeeded where COD was like kind of left behind was Fortnite. Fortnite did major damage to not just COD, but like a whole set of video games, man. It really fucked up a lot of the gaming community. Like it really brought in a lot of people to that game. That one game, man, it's a battle royale game. Like there really wasn't like anything special about it aside from like the Play-Doh fucking graphics on it and the fucking building that was it. That was really about it. But like even to this day, like Fortnite is somehow like being played, and it's still one of the greatest games of all time. Like it really killed Call of Duty, man. It did something that Call of Duty even tried to copy. I mean, with Blackout and with Warzone. I mean, Warzone was the perfect example of like how it succeeded than Blackout. And I forgot to mention Blackout was something. Blackout was definitely something, but it definitely like died overall like at the end. But I was also gonna say we're really just on thin ice with like Call of Duty, and we're praying to God, Lord Jesus, please save this fucking franchise, man. I don't care that you bring in operator skins. Honestly, just fix your game. Just fix it, like fix it with I don't know, just fucking fix it. Bring in like old game engines. Bring in like the old story, but tell it good. Just fucking fix it, man. We're really just praying. We're really just on that like hope of please just save the game. I'm about to do a backflip. Twerk on them, bro.
So yeah, those are our unpopular COD opinions. Let us know what yours might be, or if you agree or disagree with our opinions. We'd love to hear it. And quite frankly, we'd like to see what you think yourself on the current state of COD, or at any point in the state of COD. So yeah, thank you for watching. Go check out the Raxner 47. He's trying to get to 150. Also check out his other videos, link in the description. And also check out my stuff too when you're done with this.
And also let us know what you think on the comment section, and you'll be on the video, maybe, who knows.
Yeah. All right, well, that's gonna be from me and him. Hope you enjoy. Have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, whatever you're watching this, baby, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Adios. Bye bye.
Bye, sucker.